Bunt is an attempt by the batter to make soft contact with a pitch by tapping the ball with the bat rather than taking a normal swing. The goal is to make contact with the ball just enough so that the ball stays in fair territory and away from the fielders.
It's a perfect bunt. That's a base hit.
A successful bunt might not go more than 20 feet, forcing the fielders to move away from their normal positions to quickly field the ball.
He couldn't have rolled it with his hand any better than that one.
Most often a bunt is used to advance a runner, for example, from first to second. The batter reaching first base safely is not as important as the runner in front of him getting to the next base. This is called a sacrifice bunt, and in most cases, the batter is thrown out at first. As long as the other runner is safe, the batter has done his job.
The play is at first. Sacrifice is successful.
And then obviously I just pinch with my fingers here. I don't want to be holding the bat like this because that could, the ball could hit my fingers and break my fingers. So we're just pinching with our index finger and our thumb, pinching right here. So I've set my angle here. And then I also need to set my vertical angle, okay? So I recommend having your barrel a little bit above your knob. Okay, not perfectly flat, but a little bit above your knob, and you want to maintain this angle. Even if it's a low pitch, we'll talk about how to handle that in a second, but you don't ever want to change this. You don't want to go down like this and dump your barrel to adjust to the pitch because that's going to result in a bunt that's popped up. Bad news, okay? As he starts his motion towards the plate, okay, that's when I set my angle down the line and I set my vertical angle. It doesn't have to be like this, just a little bit with my barrel above my knob here. That's down the third base line, and the first base line, my angle down the line is going to change. Right? Obviously this is third base line. I need the ball to go that way. So I'm going to have more of an extreme angle like this. First base line, I'm going this way. This one, you got to be really careful that your bat's not square to the pitcher. It's got to be down the first base line. We need to bunt it, again, either foul or fair, right down the line. It can't be back towards the pitcher.
And that's the balk. Oh, a little rust there as Taiwan falls off the mound.
Can do something. Now Phillips trying to steal third base is in a rundown. He thought Eichhoff balked. It was a balk called.
Stopped his motion to come back. You can make a spin move like that.
As far as the Braves are concerned, and they pick off at first base and a hammering balk. Must throw where you are striding.
Might help a little bit. Yeah. Might help a lot. A balk is called, and it's 1-0 Houston. Well, that's a play we see over and over again all year long.
A balk is intentionally or unintentionally deceiving the runner. That's like the kind of like generic definition everyone holds. But basically what you really need to know is that balking is either screwing up a pickoff move, it's flinching when you've come set, it's coming set improperly. Those are the main different things, the main different ways that you're going to balk. Number one, first balk rule. So once you've come into your set position and you've stopped, and I've got other videos that cover this if you're not familiar with the stretch position, once you've come set, the only thing you can move is your head and your eyes. So if you twitch your knee, if you move your shoulders, if you just lazily turn, all those things are going to constitute a balk. All right, the second balk rule. You can't start your delivery and then stop it. And that could look like a couple different things. It could be, and I just stopped, or say I went through my delivery and I was about to pitch and then I saw the batter stepped out, or I started my delivery and someone yelled, pick to first, or he's going. I get nervous and I stop. If you start your delivery and then you stop, it's going to be a balk. All right, so the next balk rule is you can't fake to first base without stepping off the runner. So this applies to both righties and lefties. If you're a lefty, obviously you'll have this hang move to first base. And as a righty, you're going to have this quick move to first base. When you're throwing to first base on a pickoff move, you can't fake. So I can't do this pickoff move and not throw it. I have to throw it. Now, if you step off the rubber, essentially that makes it not a pickoff move anymore. Essentially now you're just a regular fielder and you're off the rubber. You can do whatever you want, throw to any base you want. But when you're doing the traditional, like specified pick off to first base, whether you're righty or lefty, without stepping off, which is this, you have to throw to first base. All right, rule number 4 here, and this is going to be a balk if you pick off to an unoccupied base. So if I have runners on first and second, and I lift my leg and I throw to third base, and they're not running there, they're not stealing there, I just throw to an unoccupied base, that's going to be a balk. Same thing if I have a runner on first and I do a pickoff move to second and there wasn't anybody there, that's going to be a balk. Now, if someone is stealing to that base, so say a runner takes off and somehow I realize it really late and I decide to do a spin move to second and the runner was going, that's not going to be a balk. It's only if the base is truly unoccupied where no one's running there or no one was occupying that base. The other common area where this would happen would be if you'd run on second and you did the pickoff move, which is called the inside move, which might pull a runner, he kind of takes off and he's halfway. Now you can throw it to any base you want because there's a runner who might go to the next base. But again, the balk rule here is that you can't pick to a purely unoccupied base. All right, the next balk rule is that you have to come stop when you're in the stretch position. So what this means is after I get my sign and I come set, there has to be a discernible pause to my delivery. Then I can pitch to the plate.